Hey my friends, Del Denny here, and today I want to talk about rejection. I know, it's fun stuff, isn't it? But really how rejection can help you to grow. Now I'll tell you a little story as we get started here about rejection. It's a story about when I first started in my career. You know, I've always wanted to be in this space of thought leadership and personal development. And when I was in my early 20s, I finally had this opportunity to become a public speaker. Yay, right? I was excited for this opportunity. It was a fantastic speaking gig in Ohio. And I remember I actually had to try out to get this speaking gig, and I got the part. And I got this opportunity to speak at a conference, and I gave it was going to be a series of 6 talks, I think, all in 1 week, right? It was the same talk, but it was 6 different times. And one of the parts of this talk was I had to sell something at the end of this speech. And I prepared like crazy. I think I had a month's notice or so I prepared, I practiced, I gave it my all. I was so excited for this because if it worked out well, it was going to be a very lucrative opportunity for me, like triple my income at the time. Now, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but I was in my early 20s, or probably mid-20s about the time that this happened. And so to think about what it would do for me and my family, the prestige that comes with being a professional public speaker, I had all these dreams just running wild in my head, once I succeeded at this conference, because I knew if I got this conference down, I was going to be asked to speak every single week. And I was amazed. I was like, this is a great opportunity. So I worked hard, I prepared, I gave it my all. So I drive over to Ohio, and again, I'm in my mid-20s. I'm probably 25 at the time. And I'm a nervous wreck. This is my first time really giving a seminar, so to speak. And I get up to the front. Now, my talk just wasn't a 20-minute talk. This was a 2-hour workshop that I was delivering, and 6 times during that same week. So there was a lot of speaking that was involved. And again, had to sell something at the end. And so I'm in front of the crowd, and I look around, and the crowd is twice my age. And I thought, I wonder how this is going to turn out. So I think you can kind of figure out how it turned out. I ended up bombing. I ended up doing so bad at it. I wasn't asked to speak again, at least for a little while. And I remember driving back home to Indiana. I think I had maybe a 3-hour drive home, and I was a little crushed. I was definitely rejected, and I felt happy. It was the weirdest thing. I felt happy. Well, why did I feel happy? Because I knew I gave it my all. I knew I gave everything I had. I put it all on the line, and it didn't work. And that is what we're talking about today. We're going to talk about rejection. And so how can rejection help us to grow? And so I'm going to give you a couple ideas how rejection can help us to grow. Now, the first idea is that rejection motivates us to do better. It does. Rejection motivates us to do better. I knew that when I was coming back home after just bombing it in front of who knows how many people, that I knew I could be better. I knew I had to get better. I didn't give up on my dream of becoming a professional public speaker. Guess what? I am a professional public speaker. I've given talks all over the United States, all over Canada, and that dream didn't die. I just had to get better, and that's what happened. So when you have rejection, just think of that as an opportunity to better yourself. You see where you failed, you can correct those mistakes, and you can get better. So rejection allows us to get better. Now here's the second idea. Rejection causes us to explore different paths. You think about Thomas Edison, invented the light bulb. I think he failed 10,000 times. We all know the story. He's basically rejected 10,000 times until he finally figured it out. He finally figured out how to get that filament to work in the light bulb. And so he had to go about that. You know, you think about that 10,000 times of trying to invent the light bulb. You know, he probably just didn't scrap an idea. He probably took a lot of time working on each variation and thinking, this is it, this is the one. And then it broke, and he went on again, tried it again, and tried it again. And so sometimes we have to take different paths, and that was certainly true for me with public speaking. I had to go back to the drawing board. I had to go to a different company. I had to try a couple different variations, different talks and seminars, but guess what? I finally got it. I finally figured it out. If I wasn't rejected that first time, I want to be able to get to where I'm at today. Now, here's another idea. Rejection helps you to become mentally stronger. That's probably one of the most important parts there, is the resilience that you receive from being rejected, overcoming rejection, having that story in your toolbox, because when the next rejection comes, you're going to be mentally stronger because you can say, hey, you know what? I've overcome stuff already. I know what it's like to go back to the drawing board and then become a success. So each time that you have that, you actually become more competent. You become more confident. And that rejection actually becomes a good thing. So anyways, those are the 3 ideas that I really wanted to share with you today, is how rejection can help you to grow. Number 1 is rejection motivates us to do better. Number 2, rejection causes us to explore different paths. And number 3, rejection helps you to become mentally stronger. And so in the end, rejection is a good thing. It can hurt at first, but in the end, it helps us. It's for our benefit. So this is Del Denny signing off. Remember, learn, lead, and live to your full potential.